I kind of grew up on music as like a, just a daily occurrence that was always around because my dad's a musician. And I remember starting to go through his and my mom's stash of records from a pretty young age. I remember me and my brother, we had this game where we, whoever found the scariest record first had to yell "scary man" and then run away. And then I had to find him. And the scary record was, what's it called? King Crimson.
That's a good one.
The Court of the Crimson King?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that was so scary to us. And they had this big treasure kind of like box where all the records were in, and we had this game where we had to find this record. But anyway, so I got into, all the stuff like the Beatles and Led Zeppelin and a lot of power pop because late 80s, early 90s, my parents were into power pop like Squeeze, Joe Jackson, Elvis Costello, all that kind of stuff. So, and then when I got a little older, I started to discover metal and hard rock. And I remember listening to the Scorpions for the first time and I was like, oh my God, this is so like bad and like sexual. It really felt like tasting a forbidden fruit.
Yeah,
I remember hearing those songs that were obviously like, even though I was like 12, I kind of knew what the gist was. And I was like, oh my God, this is like so like heavy and bad. And I was hooked. So, that's that. And I had plenty of bands throughout my life. Some were like a lot of like 70s rock, or I was in an all-girl grunge band for a while back home. And I just tried to evolve as a songwriter and as a musician, Yeah,
totally.
I just kind of knew instinctively that was what I wanted to do and who I was.